Hey, what's up guys, Crunchy and welcome on back to a brand new video. And in today's video I'm going to be doing more world builder tutorials, and in today's video we're going to be making some trees for our terrain right over here, and we're going to be adding to it, and it's going to be awesome. So let's get right into it, guys. So right off the bat we have some trees I have set up over here. I have a default oak tree, a small little oak tree, and then I have a big spruce tree. Now you can change the leaves on the spruce tree to whatever leaves you want. I chose oak, but you can actually just choose spruce if you really want that. I've also put in some bushes and rocks that I'm going to get into and how you can make those. They're very easy, very simple, not very hard to follow. It's mainly the trees that are the hardest to follow in this tutorial, and we're going to be going layer by layer on how to make these trees. So yeah, I guess we should just get started, guys. Okay, so now we're going to be doing the spruce tree first, and then we're going to go on to the oak tree. So the first layer for the oak tree, also the blocks we're going to be using, is going to be spruce wood and oak leaves. Those are the two we're going to be using for this. And so the first layer is going to look something like this. So 3 blocks in this formation. The next layer is going to be the same thing. The next layer is going to be 2 blocks this way. I'm actually going to keep facing the same direction so it's easier for you guys to follow along. And so we got 2 blocks here. We then have 1 block here, and then 2 blocks from this, 1 block to the left. We have 2 leaf blocks. So something should look like that. It's going to look a lot better once more leaves get added to this whole thing, but so we're going to add the next layer, and this is what the next layer looks like. And so I'm gonna go up into the air like this. This is what the next layer looks like. So you should do something like that. I'm not gonna go through each layout. You just can pause the screen right here and copy it. And it's layer by layer, so it should be straightforward for you guys. And if this isn't good for you guys, the layer by layer, please comment down below, because I can change the way I do these tutorials, and we can work on it. And so the next layer is going to be this. So it's something like that. I'm going to do a full 360 of it. Little something like this. Okay. The next layer is going to be this. So another little 360. Something like this. And then the next layer is going to be this. So it's kind of hard to see the leaves when they're all the same leaf. So I do these 360s so you can see in full effect how it looks. Okay, and now the next layer is going to be this. The spruce wood is going to go all the way up in a straight line. So you can kind of do that. It doesn't change at all. So these are the leaves for this layer. Goes around like this. Okay, now the next layer is going to be this. Do another 360 around it real quick. Very easy, very simple. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for you guys, but you can always pause and slow it down, go back. And the next layer is this one. Okay, and now the next layer is going to be this one. It's getting a little easier now. There's not many blocks being added to this. Okay, next layer. It's going to be this. Do a little 360. Okay. Now the next layer is going to be this. Do another 360. The next layer is this. As you can tell, it's getting very easy. There's not many blocks being added because the closer we get to the top, the less leaves you're getting. It's becoming a point, basically. The next block is the next layer is this. Do another 360. Very straightforward to do. Next layer. Very simple, straightforward. Get it done. The next layer is going to be this. That's a very nice one because it's just like that. Very easy. Next layer. That's a very easy one there. Not too hard. Next layer. Okay, that's even easier. And I'm pretty sure we're getting to the last steps. And boom. That should be all the blocks. And boom, you have a spruce tree. And you can add these little details on the bottom. This is just mud and coarse dirt. And then I have spruce wood branching out like it's, what would you call it? Roots, like roots for the tree. You can have that coming out. And then you can add your coarse dirt because, I don't know, kind of looks cool. It matches with the darkness of the wood, and you can add some mud because it also matches. Just like so. And I'm just gonna add more there. And boom, that's a very nice looking tree. You can even do even more stuff with this. You could probably add the wood extending out of the ground so it looks like the roots are coming out. I don't know. It kind of looks cool. But that is the spruce tree. I'm gonna get on to the oak tree now. Okay, now for the oak tree, there's a few details that we can do for this. So we have spruce slabs, spruce stairs, oak wood, oak leaves, and birch leaves. We also have, I believe, they're stuck in there, but we have fence gates and fence posts. So you'll see them when we do the layer by layer. Now this one should be a little easier because it's very small in height, so the layers will be very straightforward. So let's get right into it. The first layer is going to be something looking like this. Okay, this is going to be the stem for your tree, whatever the root, the starting point. Okay, just like so. Next layer. Okay. Only 3 blocks being added to that layer. Not too bad, not too shabby. Then we have 1 block, not 2 blocks being added to that layer. A slab and an oak log. Then we have another slab and an oak log. We have a staircase and a log. I think this is when we're going to start getting into the leaves. Yep, right there. We've now added another log in the middle there. A log over here and a fence gate. And then we have all the leaves scattered around. I'm gonna rotate it around to show you guys all the positions. You can pause the screen. I'll even do a second 360 for you guys because I know these leaves are very scattered out, so it could be hard to tell where they're being placed. But for the most part, leaves are random. You know, you can place them however you want to make your tree, but this is how I made my tree. And now the next layer is gonna look something like this. We have more oak logs. More fence gates being positioned into the right areas. Yeah, let's rotate around. I'll do a second rotate since it is very complex, this tree. Since there's a lot more details in it, like you got the fence gates, fence posts, you have the different types of leaves, you have the different logs. So I'll do more 360s for it. The next layer is going to look something like this. More fence gates. And I don't think we have any more fence gateways. Well, we have fence posts, not fence gates. And the next layer is going to look something like this. And I think we're getting into the final stages of this tree. And the next layer is going to look something like this. And the last layer, I believe, is gonna look like this. And yeah, that is all the layers, and that is your oak tree, guys. Okay, guys, so now we're actually gonna get into making these trees into structures for World Builder, and it's actually very straightforward on how to do this. And you can make tools for each of these trees, and the bushes and rocks can be their own separate randomizer. Like you'll get a big bush or a small bush or a medium bush randomly when you place it down, but you can choose to make them separate or one structure brush or tool. Sorry, I think it's a tool, right? No, it's actually a brush. Okay, so you want to go into create new brush. You want to go to the structure brush. You want to make it random orientation. This makes it look a lot better, in my opinion. And you don't need to mess around with anything else. You want to go save changes. And I set it up like this with the nether wart blocks. So those are my markers because you actually need markers for this. I don't think you need markers actually because with the wand you can just stand in a place and it'll mark it. But you just click here, drag it all the way up click it again. Boom. I'm going to delete these blocks because you don't want them being in your structure. And then you want to confirm, and I'm going to call this spruce tree. You want to submit that? Okay, now the next structure brush we're going to be doing is going to be this oak tree. So we're going to get the structure brush, save changes, the same jazz. We're going to go ahead and grab our wand. We're going to click these two corners. We're going to delete them so they don't go into our structure, and we're going to confirm. And we're going to name this oak tree. And now we have a spruce and oak tree. And you can actually see the outline of them, so it's very nice to see. And I'm going to show you real quick what it would look like. You can create forests really quickly with these trees, and they're randomly orientated. And you can actually stick them in with each other, and they kind of like blend in with each other. They don't like create odd gaps and stuff. They like blend in. And right there, we have a simple but effective forest that we created just there. And it looks very nice. We can add grass to it. We can add textures to the floor if we wanted to. I'm just going to undo all this real quick because we're going to add it to our mountains. We're going to add it to our mountain range. Okay, so right here on our first mountain that we ever made, we're going to add a spruce tree. And as you can tell, it actually blends in with the mountains. You saw that it was overlapping with it, but it didn't actually do anything. It didn't destroy the blocks or anything. It blended in. And now we're going to add another tree, I'd say just there. Keep your thing in the center of blocks, by the way, because that's where it's going to end up. And you can also edit them to make them look a lot better, to, you know, blend in with the terrain, because sometimes they don't match up the way you'd want it to. We're going to add a tree there. And as you can tell, they didn't end up the correct way, so you can fix those. Very easy. And then I can add another spruce tree on the side there. Maybe another one right there. That would look very nice. Add a little, like, more logs. And I'd say to top it off, we can add another oak tree up top there. Do something like that. And boom, we have a nice little like additions to our mountain. Like that's very nice. Now we can also go over to this mountain and add more trees. This one's going to be a lot quicker, so you know you get these trees placed down and then you can edit them whenever you need to. So we're just going to place them in like so, right there. We're going to add one there. I think that would look nice. It's kind of just like building it up basically. And you can also just place one in the center right there. That would look very nice because it's like centered. And then you can add your logs going down, so it's like roots and stuff. We're gonna add more. We're gonna add oak trees down below here, so it adds to the atmosphere right there. And if you're doing this for background terrain, you can make the trees float in the background. Like they don't have to actually look great. I've in my server I imported trees, so I didn't actually make my own trees, but you know, you can import your own trees if you want, like custom made ones from other people, but I imported like that's what I did. And right there, that is the mountains with all the trees. You can add more around like so, just like that, to add to the atmosphere. Add maybe some oak trees in between them, maybe some there. And another one there. And boom, guys, look at that. Already creating such a different atmosphere, different like feeling. It's so much more alive. You walk through here and you're like, oh my god, look at this place. This is incredible. And you can obviously make these different heights. You can make more of these spruce trees, make them smaller, make them bigger. That's what I did for my server. I created different heights, different like widths, different like scales basically for the spruce trees. It makes it just a lot more different. Okay, now last but not least, we have our bushes and rocks. These are very easy to do. I'm not even gonna do layer by layer because you can make them however you want. They're super easy to do. Basically for the small bush, it's just oak leaves randomly placed to look like a bush, like a big bush. And then the medium bush, it's the same deal. You just do that. Just randomly place blocks. And for the big bush, it looks something like this. Now for the rocks, I don't actually have any textures on them. It's just plain stone, but you can add some textures like andesite or whatever like you want. You can add andesite, cobblestone, whatever you want to add to it. But for the small rock, you want to kind of use stone stairs and slabs to make it like small but not massive. Like, you know, you want to scale it like that. And same with the medium rock, you want to do something like this. Very easy, very nice. You can also add buttons to it, but I wouldn't recommend that because sometimes buttons fall off and they like break when you're using structures. I've learned that from making my own rocks and stuff. And this is the large rock, by the way. It's more pointy, it goes more it's more like, it's bigger and taller, basically. That's all it is. And you can like put this in rivers and stuff to make it look more rocky and to like add to it, or just add it like on the side of mountains, next to mountains, that kind of thing. Now I'm actually gonna grab the structure and we're gonna make the 2 brushes for these, because I'm not gonna like make separate brushes for each of them. You can do that yourself if you want to, but I'm not gonna do that. And I'm actually going to do this without the markers and see how it works. So we're going to save the changes and we're going to click here. Just look in the air, basically. That's all you're going to have to do. And boom, that's the first bush. We're going to add the structure. Then we're going to go to here. And then we're going to stand here. And, oh, well, actually, no, that's how you do it. I think this is how you do it. Yeah, there we go. And that is the second bush. We're going to add it to the structure. We're going to stand here, look up. Then we're gonna go all the way over here. This bush is this like scale thing I'm still getting used to. And now we can confirm and we can call this bushes, or just bush. And now it's gonna actually randomize which bushes we get. So instead of having like 3 separate brushes, we only have 1, but we don't get to choose what size we get to place. I mean, you can, because you can just do this, undo, place it down, undo, and you can choose which size you want. It's a bit tedious. Sometimes you would actually want to make it separate, but I think it's handy to just have 1 brush for it. And last but not least, we have the rocks. So we're going to create a new brush, structure brush, and we're going to do that. We're going to look up in the air. We're going to move over here. Should be, there we go. You have to finick around with it a little bit. Add structure, go to this corner, look up, and go to this corner. I think, yeah, like that. I think I've got the hang of it a little bit, guys. And we're gonna go to this corner, look up, and we're gonna go all the way over here, like so. Yep, that's good. That looks good. And we're gonna call this rocks. Okay, so now that we have our brushes and rocks, we can now start placing them down and, you know, adding more to this environment. We can add a rock here, we can add a rock over here if we want to. This is going to be like a small rock, I believe, no, a medium rock. We can add some bushes over here. That's going to look nice. Add a rock over it. We can start putting bushes over here, like so. Maybe a bush over here. Maybe a rock right there, rock right there. Rock over there. That's gonna look nice. Little bush right there. Another tiny bush. This is gonna be a big bush, so let's see where do we want to place a big bush. I'd say right here is gonna be nice. And yeah, I think we could add a bush on top of the mountain, actually. I've never really done that, adding bushes to mountains, but yeah, there's a first thing for everything. And we're gonna add some rocks around here, like so. I think that's it, guys. That looks very nice. I might actually just add a little rock here as well to add to it. And look at that. It's transformed from a simple mountain range with a path to a beautiful mountain range with trees, rocks, and bushes. And we're going to keep adding to this, guys. We're going to keep the tutorials going. We're going to make it so much better. This is going to be like a little mini series I'm going to do. I don't know how many episodes we'll get through because there's not so much to do with World Builder in terms of like terrain and stuff. But we're going to get through it. I might even show you how to make like little lakes, rivers. I think in the center here we're going to have a lake. And then we're going to have some houses. I might even do tutorials on houses. Who knows what we're going to do, guys. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. If you did enjoy it, a like would be appreciated, and subscribing would mean the world to me. Comment down below what's your favorite part of this episode, and what would you like to see in the future. I actually really enjoy doing these like tutorials on World Builder because I actually know a lot for World Builder because I've been using it for like months now, and they keep updating it and making it so much better. They are actually planning on doing a really big update soon, I believe, and when that actually does drop, I might even do a tutorial on it, showing you guys how to use it and stuff like that. Who knows? But if you did enjoy the video, make sure to like it, as I said, and yeah guys, I'll see you in the next video. See ya. I can take you higher.